Srimad His Divine Grace and His Charanarvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON DVD founder Acharya Sri Viral Prabhupada His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Priyurajaka Acharya Stota Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुर धाम की जय। गंगा माय जमुना माय की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ग्रंथराज भागवत महापुराण की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye. Nasta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatir Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nishtaki. ग्रंथराज में भागवतम स्कंद 1 और अध्याय 7 श्लोक नंबर 4। तो इस अध्याय 7 को हम चर्चा करेंगे कुछ समय, और फिर उसके उपरांत जब कक्षाएं व्यवस्थित हो जाएंगी तब हम फिर पहले कैंटो से प्रारंभ करेंगे, फिर भागवतम की कक्षाओं को यहाँ पर। भक्ति योगेन मनसि सम्यक् प्रणिहिते अम्ले अपश्यत् पुरुषं पूर्णम् मायां च तदपाश्रयम्। भक्ति योगेन मनसि सम्यक् प्रणिहिते अम्ले अपश्यत् पुरुषं पूर्णम् मायां च तदपाश्रयाम्। भक्ति योगेन मनसि सम्यक् प्रणिहिते मले अपश्यत् पुरुषं पूर्णम् मायां च तदपाश्रयम्।
भक्ति योगेन मनसि सम्यक् प्रणीते अम्ले अपश्यत् पुरुषं पूर्णम् मायां च तदपाश्रयम्। भक्ति योगेन मनसि सम्यक् प्रणीते अम्ले अपश्यत् पुरुषं पूर्णं मायां च तदपाश्रयम्। Bhakti yoge namanasi.
Bhakti yogena manasi.
Samyak pranihiti amale.
Samyak pranihite male.
Apashyat purusham purnam.
Apashyat purusham purnam.
Mayam cha tadapashrayam.
Mayam cha tadapashrayam.
Bhakti yoge namanasi.
Bhakti yogena manasi.
Samyak pranihite amale.
Samyak pranihite amale.
Apashyat purusham purnam.
Apashyat purusham purnam.
Mayam
Mayam
cha tadapashrayam.
cha tadapashrayam.
Bhakti yogena manasi.
Bhakti yogena manasi.
Samyak pranihite amale.
Samyak pranihite male.
Apashyat purusham purnam.
Apashyat purusham purnam.
Mayam cha tadapashrayam.
Mayam cha tadapashrayam. Bhakti, भक्तिमय सेवा योगेना संयुक्त होने की विधि द्वारा मनसी मन में सम्यक पूर्ण रूप से प्रणहिते संलग्न तथा स्थिर अमले निर्मल अपश्यत देखा पुरुषम भगवान को पूर्णम परम मायाम शक्ति को च भी तत् उसके अपाश्रयम पूर्ण वश में. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Arvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Thus he fixed his mind. Translation. Thus he fixed his mind, perfectly engaging it by linking it in devotional service, bhakti yoga, without any tinge of materialism. And thus he saw the absolute personality of Godhead along with his external energy, which was under full control. Purport. Perfect vision of the absolute truth is possible only by linking process of devotional service. This is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. One can perfectly realize the absolute truth, personality of Godhead only by process of devotional service. And one can enter into the kingdom of God by such perfect knowledge. Imperfect realization of the absolute by the partial approach of the impersonal Brahman or localized Paramatma does not permit anyone to enter into the kingdom of God. Sri Narad advised Sri Vedvyas to become absorbed in transcendental meditation on the personality of Godhead and his activities. Srila Vyasdev did not take notice of the effulgence of Brahman because that is not absolute vision. The absolute vision is the personality of Godhead as it is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Vasudevam Sarvamiti, Vasudevam Sarvamiti. In the Upanishads, also it is confirmed that Vasudeva, the personality of Godhead, is covered by the golden, glowing Hiranmayena Patrena wheel of impersonal Brahman. And when the curtain is removed by the mercy of the Lord, the real face of the Absolute is seen. The Absolute is mentioned here as the Purusha or person. The absolute personality of Godhead is mentioned in so many Vedic literature and in the Bhagavad Gita. The Purusha is confirmed as the eternal and original person. The absolute personality of Godhead is the perfect person. The Supreme Person has manifold energies, out of which the internal, external, and marginal energies are specifically important. The energy mentioned here is the external energy, as will be clear from the statement of her activities. The internal energy is there along with the absolute person, as the moonlight is there with the moon. The external energy is compared to darkness because it keeps the living entity in the darkness of ignorance. The word apashrayam suggests that this energy of the Lord is under full control. The internal potency or superior energy is also called Maya, but it is spiritual Maya or energy exhibited in the absolute realm. When one is under the shelter of the internal potency, the darkness of material ignorance is at once dissipated, and even those who are Atmaram or fixed in trance take shelter of this Maya or internal energy. Devotional service or bhakti yoga is the function of the internal energy. Thus, there is no place for the inferior energy or the material energy, just as there is no place for darkness in the effulgence of spiritual light. Such internal energy is even superior to the spiritual bliss attained in the conception of impersonal Brahman. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that the impersonal Brahman effulgence is also an emanation from the absolute personality of Godhead. Sri Krishna, the Param Purusha, cannot be anyone except Sri Krishna himself, as will be explained in the later shlokas. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं सावद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चातदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्याय नामने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंगायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यैश्वरं नीलाचलनिवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने श्रीबलभद्रसुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। हरे कृष्ण। So in this first chapter, in the first canto, seventh chapter, these four shlokas are mentioned. These four shloka act as a they acted as a seed for Ved Vyas to compile Srimad Bhagavatam. So these four are few of the most important shlokas in Srimad Bhagavatam. Here, the self-realization of Ved Vyas is explained. We have seen in the 4th, 5th, and 6th chapter, Narad Muni, he went to Ved Vyas because Ved Vyas was not satisfied with all the endeavors which he has done. We see all the endeavors of Ved Vyas were spiritual endeavors. They were not any material endeavors. He wrote Vedanta Sutra, the ultimate Vedanta Sutra. He segregated all the 4 Vedas. He compiled all the Puranas. He wrote a magnum opus, which is known as Mahabharata, for all the classes of humanity. He wrote it. So he has done so much for the humanity, and he has done so much uh, in as a part of spiritual endeavor. But still, we see he was not satisfied. This must be a very important lesson for us because we are also spiritual aspirants. As spiritual aspirant, we also must derive great amount of uh, lessons from this pastime of Ved Vyas and Narad Muni and their conversation. So why Ved Vyas was not satisfied with all his human endeavors and all his humanitarian work of presenting Vedas in a story-like format, in the form of Mahabharata, so that all the classes, even the lower classes, which is mentioned in our Vedas, like Shudras and others, can also understand. Although in Kali Yuga, everyone is Shudra, so that is why he wrote Mahabharata, so that they will read the story very nicely. They have an interest towards story reading. They cannot digest such heavy philosophy, but they have some inclination and taste towards reading stories. And so he wrote Mahabharata. And gradually, by reading this Mahabharata, they will come across Bhagavad Gita also, and then they will get the most sublime philosophy of all the time, and then their lives will be changed. This was his plan, master plan by Ved Vyas. But still, he was not satisfied. This is a alarming notice for all of spiritual aspirants, that a human or a soul can only be satisfied by complete glorification of Lord Krishna. Yenatma su prasidati. This we have already heard in 2nd chapter of 1st canto. Yenatma su prasidati. Save punsa paro dharmo. The best religion or the highest religion is performance of devotional service towards Lord Shri Krishna. So if in our spiritual activities we are not sufficiently glorifying Lord Shri Krishna, we are not sufficiently glorifying Lord Jagannath, if we have some tinge of materialism, if we have something for ourselves also, although I am doing all these things for Lord Jagannath, but I want little recognition, I want little facility for myself also. Because there is no one from outside right now, I'll be addressing the resident devotees here in ashram, that most of us has sacrificed everything for Krishna. Everything we have sacrificed for Krishna, but still, because of past conditionings and because of this very powerful material nature, Maya, when we are doing something, we still have something, some corner for our own self. Sometimes we are here to create facilities for Jagannath. We are here to create facilities for Jagannath, not for others. We are not someone who are just on a philanthropic level, who has come for others. Because Jagannath desires it. Because Jagannath is very much pleased by preaching activities. That is why we are out everywhere to serve Lord Jagannath. It's not that we are just going out because we want to do human service. We want to serve humans, like social workers. So we are just doing this preaching activity because from Bhagavad Gita we got to know that the most dear service to Lord Krishna is, dearmost service is preaching. Krishna says, Name, how the shloka goes? Name tasmat manusheshu kashit me priya kartama. इस प्रकार कृष्ण he speaks in Bhagavad Gita himself. He says himself that the most dear activity, the way by which devotees can please me is preaching activity. That is why we are engaged in preaching activities, and that is why Srila Prabhupada has told that preaching is the essence. If we are preaching gradually, if we have a spirit of preaching, if we have missionary spirit, then gradually we will see all other part of Krishna consciousness will be taken care automatically. So we see in the case of Ved Vyas, he was doing spiritual endeavors, but still he was not satisfied. Then Narad Muni came, and he actually Ved Vyas was very he was not very happy and not very pleased even after writing so many Vedas. So at that moment he remembered his Guru Maharaj, and Narad Muni came there, and then Narad Muni gave him certain advices. So the essence of all those advices we have heard in the last class. What was that verse? Huh? The essence of all advices from Narad Muni. Haricharyanu Varnanam. Very good. Etad hi atur chittanam matra sparshikshyamuhu bhava sindhu plavo drishto haricharyanu Varnanam. That was the final advice of Narad Muni. He said, according to me, this is my self-realization. Narad Muni gave his self-realization to Ved Vyas. That according to me, the only way a person can be satisfied in this world is by describing the qualities and pastimes of Lord Krishna. So one must be very eager and anxious to describe the pastimes of Lord and to glorify Lord. How we glorify Lord? Deity worship is also glorification of Lord. Navadha Bhakti is actually glorification of Lord. By performing various kind of activities to please Lord, we glorify Him. And special glorification is Kirtan or Japa. When we go out for Sankirtan, that is also glory of Lord. We are spreading glories of Lord everywhere. That also pleases the Lord. So we are here to glorify Lord, and that only will satisfy us, nothing else. See, as I was mentioning earlier, we are here to create facilities for Jagannath and for others to come closer to Jagannath. That is our service. But if sometime we have this motive of getting facility for ourselves also, then there is a dissatisfaction in heart. Although we think we'll get satisfied by getting this facility, but actually it will not satisfy the soul. It will satisfy only mind to some extent, because mind is contaminated right now. Mind is entrapped in this material body, so it is a part of this material body. So at max our mind or body can be satisfied to certain extent,
but not soul. That is why even after that, people will feel dissatisfied. So, and then Narad Muni told him that you have not sufficiently uh, glorified Lord Krishna. How much Ved Vyas has glorified Krishna? He has written all the Vedas. He has written Puranas. In Puranas, there are a lot of places where they are filled with glorifications of Krishna. Adi ante cha madhya cha hari sarvatra giyate. Everywhere there is glorification of Krishna. Still, he was not satisfied. So, you see here, Narad Muni told him, you have not sufficiently glorified Krishna. What is this sufficient glorification? Hmm? Actually, whole Srimad Bhagavatam is sufficient glorification. When we understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and Bhakti is the highest means to achieve Him, and when we preach this boldly, this is what? Sufficient glorification. Actually, Ved Vyas was having this understanding that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead and Bhakti is the highest process, but still he was reluctant to give this knowledge to everyone. He thought, ki, what about others? He didn't preach this message very boldly and very clearly, with clarity and uh, with like very emphatically. So now Narad Muni came and he emphasized on this point that you should preach the pure message of Krishna consciousness very boldly and clearly, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and Bhakti is the highest process to achieve. And then after hearing, and Narad Muni told his story also. He narrated his story also, how I was a son of maid servant and just being in touch with Bhakti Vedantist, taking their association. Within 6 months or 4 months of Chaturmas, I became a Nishthavan devotee. Can you imagine? Can someone cross this material world within 4 months? This is the power of bhakti. That is why he told his own story. Within 4 months, can a small child cross over this material ocean? In the verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned, Etam cha sthaya paratmanishtam adhyasitam purvatamer maharishibhir aham tarishyami durantaparam. Durantaparam means this word is very difficult to cross over, this material world. It's very difficult to cross over this material world. Even the great rishis and munis, they meditate or they do tapasyas for many years, thousand of years. But still, they are not able to cross over this material nature. This material nature is very difficult. Even Krishna admits this in Bhagavad Gita. Which place? He says. How the shloka starts? Devi hi aisha gunmayi mammaya duratya. This material nature of mine is very difficult to cross over. Narad Muni told, see, I myself was a son of a maid servant, but by the little association of Bhakti Vedantist, just it was a 4-month association, and within that 4 month, there was seed of bhakti within my heart, and then gradually I nurtured it, and within a period of time, Narad Muni left this material body. After some period of time, he left this material body and he acquired a spiritual body, now famously known as Narad Muni. And now he is wandering everywhere and preaching glories of Krishna. So, wandering like that, he also came to Ved Vyas and he gave the message. He says, whatever I am, it is because of devotional service. If you go for other yogas, Ashtanga and other yogas, it will take you a lifetime or maybe certain lifetimes, maybe a few more lifetimes. But Bhakti Yoga is so powerful. Narad Muni says, within this very lifetime, within 4 months of association, I was liberated. He was well established in the path of liberation. This is the power of Bhakti. But so in our life, we should plan in a way that we all every day glorify Krishna sufficiently. Prabhupada has given us this formula. What is sufficient glorification for us? I think some sound is coming. If anyone can fix it up. So what is sufficient glorification? What Prabhupada has given us? Morning program till Bhagavatam class, and after that, at least 1 hour reading of Srila Prabhupada books, and if other lectures also we can hear for 1 hour, and 8 hours of service. This is what sufficient glorification of Krishna. Then only one will feel satisfied and very happy in his spiritual life and very encouraged. And when one is very enthusiastic in his own practices, then that enthusiasm also flows outside. And this is what we call preaching. This is what preaching is all about. Sharing, once I was hearing His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was mentioning what is preaching. Preaching is sharing the joy of devotion which we are experiencing within our heart. If we ourselves are morose, what joy we will share with others? कोई पूछेगा प्रभु जी हमारा जब करना चाहिए हाँ करो, हम भी कर रहे हैं तुम भी करो, आ जाना सुबह सुबह, बैठे रहते हैं मिल जाएंगे, और अगर गुस्सा होगा तो यस प्रभु, this is the highest means to achieve Krishna. That is why our this human life is meant. That is why we have got this human form of life. This is the ultimate aim of human life. You must come in morning. You will experience such a high bliss. But when he'll come, we have spoken this to him. When he'll come and morning he'll see all the devotees dozing off. Then he'll experience some other atmosphere. That is why if we are well established in our devotional service, then we can also preach very nicely the message of Krishna consciousness. This one thing should be very nicely. We should learn it very nicely that if we really want to preach, then we must be very much satisfied. And the only way to become satisfied in Krishna consciousness is to sufficiently, profusely glorify Lord Krishna. Morning program plus reading, hearing, and 8 hours of services is what Srila Prabhupada has given us. And if we are doing that, it will definitely satisfy us. So now in this verse, you see here, okay, leave it, no problem. Leave it. So in this verse, now from this verse on, Ved Vyas will express his realizations. Ved Vyas will speak his realizations. You see the previous verse to it. What is it? It is mentioned. Tasmin swa ashrame Vyaso. Ved Vyas was sitting in his ashram. Badri Shand Mandite, under a berry tree. जिसको बोलते हैं बेर, under a berry tree he was sitting. Asino apya upaspashya, he did achman with water. Pranidadhyo manaswayam, and then he sat on meditation and started contemplating on the words of his spiritual master. This is what a sincere disciple does. If he hears from his spiritual master, that's not it. That's not everything. Just I have heard and that's all. No, after hearing, the actual process begins of contemplations on those instructions. Srila Prabhupada used to mention that my spiritual master mentioned when I was 22 years old, you should go out in the Western countries and preach. And when every day I used to meditate on that instruction. That instruction was never forgotten. I was constantly remembering that instruction of my Guru Maharaj and always meditating how I can go in the Western world and preach, and how I can preach nicely all over the world. This was Srila Prabhupada's constant meditations. And we see here also, Ved Vyas, he not just heard from Narad Muni, but after that he started contemplating how I can fulfill the instructions of my Guru, what he has given us. So hearing becomes complete when we contemplate and when we put some endeavor to fulfill those instructions which we have heard while hearing the lectures. That's how he started contemplating on what Narad Muni has actually told him. And then while he was contemplating and he was performing devotional service, he realized something. And that realization is mentioned in the 4 verses, which we are going to read today, tomorrow, and maybe some other days also. So here in this verse it is mentioned ki Bhakti Yogena Manasi. He was fully fixed up in devotional service, was completely fixed up. His heart was completely into devotional service. Samyak Pranihite Amale. Samyak means complete, Purna Rupena. Samyak, Sampurna Rupena. So, Samyak Pranihite Amale. His heart was completely cleansed of all material contaminations. Bhakti Yoga has this ability of cleaning the heart completely. None other yoga process has this facility of cleaning the heart completely. Sukadeva Goswami compares this in Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, this comparison was made by Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur. He says, when in previous times or today also, people used to use his earthen pots to purify water. They put water in the earthen pot, and below also there will be a earthen pot, and below also there will be a earthen pot. And the water will get filtered from one earthen pot to another one, and then to the bottommost. And in the bottommost place, they will have the purest of water. And they will remove it, and then they will keep it. And then they will wait for sedimentation process to happen. Within a few hours, all the dirt particles will get settled down. But those dirt particles are not yet out of the earthen pot. They are still within earthen pot. If you agitate it little bit, what will happen? All those residue will come up. It will come up again. So similarly, Vishnu Chakravarti Maharaj said other yoga processes, they somehow subdue their desire by mechanical means, but they don't have power of completely eradicating it from the system itself. But this devotional service is so powerful that all the residue materials is thrown away. Dharma projikta ketuvo atra paramo nirmasaranam satam. All the materialist dharma or the cheating dharmas are kicked away from Srimad Bhagavatam. The second verse itself proclaim this. So, Ved Vyas, he was performing devotional service and his heart was completely purified of all the anarthas. We see in the devotional service, there are 9 steps, and which is the 4th step. In the devotional service, there are 9 steps. And what is the 4th step? Anartha Nivritti. And how it comes? How it comes? How one reaches to Anartha Nivritti? Bhajan Kriya. By performing bhajan, one reaches to Anartha Nivritti. You see, he was fixed in devotional service and his mind was completely cleansed of all material conceptions. And at that moment, apashyat purusham purnam, he could see the Param Purush. Purusham Purnam, the Purna Purush. Who is Purna Purush? Brahman is Brahman effulgence. Is Brahman effulgence Purna Purusha? Is Paramatma Purna Purusha? Is Mahavishnu Purna Purusha? Who is Purna Purusha? Krishna is Purna Purusha. Yes. But do you have any words to support it? Huh? No, specifically mention this. Krishnastu Bhagwan Swam. And what else is there in this verse? Some few more lines are there. Ete cha ansa kala punsa. All others are ansh or kala. They are part of plenary portions of Krishna, or they are plenary portions or part of plenary portions, or part and part of plenary portions. But Krishna is the Purna Purusha. Krishna is to Bhagavan Swam. He is the Purna Purusha. Even in Brahma Samhita we hear this. Vishnu yas yeka nishvasitam kalam athavalambya jivanti loma vilaja jagadandanatha Vishnu mahansa ihayasya kala vishesho govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Vishnu Mahan, even the Mahavishnu is just a plenary portion of this Purna Purusha. Who is Purna Purusha? Govindamadi Purusham. Lord Govinda, Lord Sri Krishna is the Purna Purusha. So with the devotional, meditative heart, he saw how he saw while contemplating on the instructions of his Guru. That is what Srila Prabhupada has taught all of us. That contemplations on the service given by Guru is also as good as contemplating on the form qualities of Lord. And that is the way a sadhaka grows in his spiritual life. One must every day meditate upon the specific instruction which Guru has given to them. Which specific instruction Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj has given to all of us a number of times, chanting 16 rounds, and whenever they meet us, they ask us to preach this message of Krishna consciousness boldly. To attending morning program very attentively, plus preaching Krishna consciousness using our intelligence and everything, whatever we have in service of Krishna. This is the thing which we should meditate, and this will lead us to darshan of Lord Krishna. Here he was meditating on Narada's instruction, and then he saw Lord Sri Krishna, and along with Lord Sri Krishna, he saw all the energies of Lord. But the one energy was hiding at the back of Krishna. She was not coming forward. She was very shy and she was at the back. Which energy was it? External energy, Maya Shakti. Prabhupada compares like a moon has various shapes, 16 kalas a moon has. A moon gives effulgence also. But moon has one more thing, which is darkness. And where is darkness? Wherever moon is not there, there is darkness. So similarly, this external energy is what? It is absence of Krishna. This is external energy. So he saw both the things. He saw Krishna also, he saw Maya also. You must remember, I think, this statement of Srila Prabhupada. You must be remembering this. Prabhupada has mentioned at one point to his disciples that the only fear which I have is that my disciples are not sufficiently, the only concern which I have is my disciples are not sufficiently afraid of Maya. So a mature devotee, he not only sees Krishna, he also sees Maya. That Maya, the external potency of Krishna, is always working around us to befool us, to again engage us in material works. And she is 24-hour working. Guru Maharaj always says this thing, that Maya is on marathon 365 days and 24 hours. We are just doing marathon for 1 month. The Maya is on marathon, 365 into 24 hours. So a devotee should keep this also in mind. He should not become so overconfident that I am performing devotional service and Maya is not going to capture me. You also should see Maya also, the plans of Maya. You see, in the case of Vidura, he saw both the things, hands of Krishna plus the external energy, how they both worked on Duryodhana. External energy worked on Duryodhana and he did Vaishnava offense and he kicked away Vidura out of the kingdom. But Vidura also saw the hands of Krishna. That Krishna wants me to leave all this bureaucratic work and dedicate my whole life, my whole existence for the purpose for which I was meant for. The purpose of establishing my lost relationship with Krishna. That is why this Duryodhana is nothing but the agent of Krishna. He is pushing me to work even more harder and dedicate my life to re-establish that lost relationship. So a devotee always sees both the things. He sees Krishna also everywhere, but he is at the same time he is aware of the powers of Maya. Intentionally, he doesn't go to the places, he doesn't get indulged in those activities where there is a chance of Maya capturing us. So he is always very much aware and very much careful. So this is a very important lesson which Ved Vyas is giving through his self-realization, that a spiritual aspirant should see Krishna also, and at the same time he should see Maya also. Maya also is very powerful, as Krishna has himself mentioned. Maya also is very powerful. Although by taking shelter of Krishna, one can get relieved from clutches of Maya. But still, one should not intentionally try to go into the realm where Maya overpowers us. I was once hearing His Holiness Gopal Krishna Gosai Maharaj, and he was mentioning this, that a devotee should avoid going in those situations or circumstances where his heart or senses, his mind or senses become agitated towards enjoying material senses. He must avoid it. Rather than going there and then adjusting or reconciling himself to not to indulge in those activities, at the first place he should try to avoid being in that situation, avoid going in those kind of atmosphere, or avoid going in those kind of situations. That is the first thing. So it will only happen when we are also aware of the external potency of Krishna. Sometimes as a devotee, we are aware of powers of Krishna, but we are somewhat aware of powers of Krishna, but we tend to forget or neglect power of Maya. So that power of Maya should also be, we should also keep reminding ourselves the power of Maya. Maya is also very powerful, and we should keep ourselves at a very safe distance. Prevention is better than cure. Preventive measures are always very useful. So as ashram residents or sincere spiritual aspirants, we all must try to be as aware and as alert from the external potency of Krishna. So this is what Ved Vyas is experiencing. He has seen both the things, Krishna also and material energy also working behind Krishna. Wherever Krishna is not there, it means Maya is automatically there. What is darkness? Darkness doesn't have a separate existence. What is darkness? Absence of light. If light is not there, darkness is there. Similarly, Maya doesn't exist. Only when Krishna is not there, then Maya comes into picture. So if one's day or one's life is fully utilized in service and glorification of Krishna, then there is no space for Maya to enter. You all must have witnessed this thing. From last few days, you are so much busy in setting up this center here. So we are not getting any time, even a second to meditate on any other thing other than Krishna. Everyone was so busy. So this is what this is the way by which one should lead his life. So Ved Vyas is mentioning here, Apashyat Purusham Purnam Mayam Cha Tad Pashrayam. So one should be aware of Maya Shakti also, but then one should know about the remedy of Maya also. The remedy is Mayam Cha Tad Pashrayam. Maya is also under control of Krishna. If one pray intensely to Lord Sri Krishna, if one pray to him, pray to Acharyas, pray to Shad Goswamis, then Maya, the power of Maya, or will be saved from the clutches of Maya. Maya will be as powerful as it was earlier, but still Krishna will save us from that clutches of Maya. So one of the tool which one can apply to get saved from Maya is intensely praying to Lord Jagannath, because he is the controller of Maya. Maya is his Shakti. He can deliver all of us from this external energies, and it has a great influence. We cannot neglect the influence of external energy in our lives. And we are a preaching moment where we go and meet people, where we do a lot of other things rather than sitting here and doing bhajan. We interact with people and we go out. So we have to be in the war field. We prepare here for our morning with our morning program, and then we have to leave for war field outside. So for that, one should profusely pray to Krishna, intensely pray to Krishna, intensely pray to Acharyas. Srila Prabhupada mentions in Chaitanya Charitamrita that if one prays very intensely to Shad Goswamis, then all the obstacles which are coming in the path of devotion and in the path of preaching movement, they all will be eradicated. They all will be removed by the mercy of 6 Goswamis. So we'll discuss the next shloka whenever we'll meet next. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Pantraj Bhagavat Mahapuran ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vastit Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.